The year is 1229, and half of the known world is subjugated by the Abbasid Caliphate, who have united all realms of Islam under a single banner. In the east lingers a new threat. The rising Mongol Empire under Genghis Khan have allied the Abbasids and are ready to conquer the world. But will this alliance last? And who will save Europe and the Eastern Roman Empire? This task falls to us. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikto, and today we are gonna save Europe and the Eastern Roman Empire, destroying the Caliphate. This video was suggested by Eisenkreuzer. Thank you very much. If you are interested in how this world came to be, check out the video shown right here. If you like the video, I would really appreciate if you like and subscribe. Let's start right in. We are starting as the governor of Thessalonika, which is Eulalia of the Komnenos dynasty. The Komnoi are one of my favorite late Roman dynasties. However, in this world it is not looking too good for them. As we can see in the dynasty tree, our house head is our distant cousin, and we are sitting with no children of our house. So our heir will be Helias down here, which is the last male person of our house. We also have some cousins of a different house, but the main branch is nearly dead. We have three nice special buildings in our domain. One is Hagios Dimitrios, right here in Thessalonika. We also have over here the mining settlement of Chalcediki, and we also have in Chalcediki, I think, yeah, there it is, Mount Athos. All these combined make Thessalonika my favorite starting duchy, I would say, in the Eastern Roman Empire, besides Constantinople itself, of course. The Roman Empire is ruled by a pretender of the Crusader dynasty, Isidoros. We are looking to claim emperorship as soon as we can, and if we look at the title history, we can see that the Komnoi, of course, already held emperorship once, or actually twice. Alexios founded a cadet branch. Whatever. Alright, so we had two emperors already, and we are looking to reclaim the title for ourselves. Okay, that was kinda a quick death. We have been murdered by a member of the Focus dynasty. Considering we were a woman with lover's box, that may have been the best choice for us, gameplay wise at least. And we will continue as Helias as planned. Helias is an intrigue character, so let's see if we can claim the throne through intrigue within his lifetime. I am gonna fabricate a hook for us. I'm not sure how much that will really help us, but it won't hurt. Our sister just died, which gives us the Komnenos family title, which means we are now the house head. With that, we have of course also inherited our family estate, which we can build up over the next years. Our emperor has decided to go to war against the Caliphate, already beginning our mission of reconquest. As we can see, there is a really weak Caliphate at the moment, and our emperor has actually become a great conqueror. God is kind. Kagan Temujin, Genghis Khan, is dead, and his empire does not even border us. Thanks to his death, there should be no alliance anymore with the Islamic realm, so we could actually have the Mongols invade the Dar al-Islam. That would be big for us. Okay, our scheme succeeded. We can gain a weak hook on the emperor. To be honest, I found no better use for our hook than ask him to influence our candidacy. Let's use our hook for that. He would never accept it without the hook. Okay, it actually just influenced our candidacy by 10. That's not really worth it. Our emperor has won his holy war for Armenia. Good for him. We should thank him in advance. Thank you for expanding our empire. We have made it to rank 3 in the succession. The first two candidates, however, are at 510 and 456. I think we have to murder them. Let's start with the highest candidate first. No! The Emperor is dead. And now the very candidate we were trying to murder rules the Empire. Let's denounce his regime and have a look. Is the murder still going? It is. Alright, that's good. Succession wise, we are now in the second rank, so there's only one candidate we have to murder. Alright, we actually have gathered enough influence to become first in line, so we only have to murder the Abbasids. Yeah, sure, we will join your council. You can trust us becoming your spy master. It's almost like he wants to die. Sure. We'll take on the regency. It is time. We can execute our scheme. We only have 5 advantages, which is enough as we have 95% scheme strength. And we succeeded. The Byzantine Empire, ladies and gentlemen, is back in our hands. As we weren't very popular and we had to fear revolts, I have begun creating kingdom titles and giving them away. For example, to our friend over here in Georgia or Pontus, and I will keep creating even more kingdom titles further on. Next on my list is this weird land strip up here, which the AI has conquered before. I've created the kingdom of Galicia Volhynia and granted all those lands to one vassal, which we will now grant independence. This will give us some stress, but it's worth it. I don't want these lands anymore. They are bordering the Mongols and are looking weird. I will now elevate our son to co-emperorship. I will keep doing that every generation. Just so you know, how are we looking succession-wise now? Nice, he's on the first place. And the succession is secured. The Caliph is weakened. He is being attacked by a crusade with 160k troops. And he is losing, so maybe the time is here to reclaim Syria. Let's not waste any more time, we will go in. We could, of course, claim many kingdoms, but Syria is the last we lost to them. I will try to castrate our grandson Helias, because I want our grandson Ioannis, who is purple born and intelligent, as successor of the throne. We actually succeeded, nice, he has become a beardless eunuch, and with that is out of succession. I'm sorry, Elias, it had to be done for the good of the realm. We have finally spotted some enemy troops after sieging half of the Kingdom of Syria down. And yes, we have allied the Mongols. I think that is fine pre-wise, as the Romans always had some auxiliary troops and barbarians that fought for them. With that battle won, we have also won the war. They are back on strength, 31k troops. But we haven't seen them at all. Antiochia reconquered. There will be many of these pop-ups within the run. I will only show them very shortly. You can pause and read it yourself if you want. But I think it were like 10 or 15 of these pop-ups, so I'm not gonna read all of that. We will of course give away all these lands to Greek Orthodox characters. I will only save Antiochia itself for one of our sons. Justinian's dream. The warm Mediterranean air carries with it murmurs of an empire of the cusp of eternity. Here, within these storied walls of Constantinople, the ambition of a bygone era calls out. Justinian's undying dream, his ceaseless quest to reunite the scattered remnants of Rome, beckons me. Is it my burden or my privilege to resurrect these dreams? To stitch together fractured domains under a single banner, as he once sought to do? Ecce Romani. This now gives us the possibility to restore the Roman Empire, but we are missing many titles for that, so we will have a look on that later again. So it seems like there has been an independence faction targeting the Pope, thanks to which these 4 counties has become independent. We will try to pick up at least the southern 3 of them. We have been robbed. We've lost the Duchy of Damascus, which we had conquered via the Holy War on Syria, but it seems like a vessel of the Dar al-Islam has declared a war on our vessel, and as we are on conditional join border wars policy, we weren't called to the war. I think that's really not a good mechanic, Paradox. We can't adopt guaranteed protection as we are too large for that. So basically other realms can steal land from our vessels without us being called to war. If I got something wrong about this law, please let me know down in the comments, and if there is actually a way to be called into those wars. We constantly have troubles with the agents in a murder scheme I am planning. I am planning to murder the Caliph. So as we are at 81% and that's the highest we have ever achieved, let's execute the scheme and try it. Success! I do love surprise visits. If you're asking yourself how we benefited from this murder, we didn't really. I just thought we are an intrigue character and it would destabilize the Dar al-Islam a bit. Now I want to start the Roman Heritage Legend, which on Mythical grants us a claim on every existing de jure title inside the Roman Empire. Basilius Helias is dead. Known for his twisted, conniving mind, he has never revealed his true intentions to anybody, not even his closest friends. Helias the Corrupted. Nah, I think they really did him dirty here. He was a great character. The Abbasids are having troubled times. Their Indian conquests and some other parts are trying to break free. Our Roman Heritage Legend has reached its maximum spread and we can now complete it. The Book of House Komnenos. That should have granted us claims on every de jure title within the Roman Empire. 42 claims. From Italy to Egypt. Very nice. Let's make use of these claims and declare war against the Dar al-Islam for all our claims. We are sieging down our way over Palestine to Egypt and haven't seen any battle yet. I've seen some troops over here which has been shipped in. I'm not sure where they actually went. Let's see, what are they fighting? A retaliation war. Oh, that's where they must have gone. And they just didn't show up. We have reached 100% only via sieges. That is quite a chunk of land we can acquire here. So let's enforce our demands. Jerusalem, the holy city, has been reconquered. A glorious day for all Romans. Alexandria as well, the gem of Egypt, back in Roman hands. And Tunis as well. Look at that. We are looking amazing. There is a problem though, as we conquered claims on a kingdom and on duchies. We have also conquered many vassals, which are of course Ashari Mashriki. So they absolutely hate us. And we will have to revoke all their titles, provoke revolts, and get rid of them. Okay, I've reorganized all our newly acquired territories and made our son, the eunuch, the governor of Egypt. I think that is at least one good thing that happened to him. And we will also make use of our claims over here to reclaim Rome. The Eternal City shall return. They brought in more troops than expected, but of course they didn't have a chance. And Roma, the immortal city, has finally returned to the empire. Interestingly, the Pope has become our vassal. I will make use of the kingdom integration, which we acquired thanks to the legend, and integrate the kingdom of Ravenna, which has formerly been the kingdom of Romagna. We can consecrate our bloodline, becoming a paragon. Won't say no to that. I have revoked Rome from the Pope, which now allows us to mend the Great Schism. The Great Schism saw the Christian Church divided, but if all 5 of the episcopal seats of the Pentarchy could be restored under the rule of a single empire, under the enlightened leadership of a saintly ruler, there may be a chance to finally reunite Christendom. We will gain Holy Legend seats. The Orthodox Church will mend the schism and establish itself as the only legitimate branch of Christianity. We will gain the nickname The Economist. Our fervor will increase by 25. Every Christian faith with economism will lose it and will lose 25 fervor. One God, one church. The Great Schism mended. At last, the Great Schism has been mended. No longer will the arrogant bishops in Rome claim undue primacy over their peers, ignoring or outright disobeying canonical edicts. With the reunification of the Pentarchy under Orthodox imperial rule, the Catholic faith now holds little sway over the people of Europe. It is only a matter of time before the few who still cling to outdated and heretical rites are brought into the fold of the true ecumenical church. The universal church has been restored. Let's have a look on the religious map mode. How are we looking? Oh yeah, many people actually converted to Orthodoxy. Thanks to the mended schism, we can theoretically declare holy wars on Catholics now. I don't want to do that right now, but it certainly is interesting. I've led 2 quick campaigns, one to Sardinia and one for the de jure kingdom of Croatia, reconquering these provinces. And as we still have a peace in the east, there's only one other direction for us, which is the west. We will move against the HRE. Let's seize all de jure lands, which is basically the kingdom of Ravenna or Romagna. The Pope, our vassal by the way, has called a crusade for Bulgaria on us. That's a thing I did not think about, that the Catholics now of course can call crusades against us. And what a crusade it is. That looks like many troops, to be honest. Let's see how many troops are that actually. 100k feels like the last stand of Catholicism. While we are still fighting the Crusade and the HRE, our beloved ruler was murdered by the Caliph. We are now ruling as Basilius Johannes III and will of course continue the legacy of our forefathers. We have hired quite some mercs. I feel like we will need it to crush the Crusade. It looks like we are massively outnumbering them, but the Mongols are only part of the war against the HRE. And we got them. They are back for a second round of fun. I guess it wasn't so fun for them, as we have now 100%. Let's end this crusade once and for all. Broken Cross, well, only on their side though. And we've also finished off the HRE. We can enforce demands and claim the whole kingdom of Ravenna. Ravenna reconquered. Our Roman Empire slowly takes shape. As some of our vassals have conquered new territories, especially down here in Syria, we now have the option to restore the Theodosian Borders. When Emperor Theodosius split the Roman Empire into 2 administrative halves, the eastern part went to his eldest son, Arcadius. We are his direct successors. However, the borders of our halves have greatly contracted since those days. It will be cause of great glory for Basilius to re-establish the frontiers that Theodosius originally left us. We will gain the trait Augustus, which is normally only granted to someone who rules the re-established Roman Empire. We will gain the nickname The Great. We will gain 750 influence. The Byzantine Empire becomes de jure liege of every kingdom title in the Theodosian Eastern Empire. We gain legitimacy. We may use the Hold a Triumph decision for free and a new legend seat. We will also gain 2500 renown and the reinstated the Theodosian Borders dynasty effect. Well then, officialize the new borders. Theodosius Frontiers. For centuries, the Second Rome, our glorious Byzantium, has stepped back, losing province after province, but no more. Today is a day to celebrate, for our Pars Orientis has been returned to its former glory and extension. Just like when Theodosius the Great assigned it to his firstborn, Constantinople's reign extends from Moesia to Egypt and from Cyrenaica to Syria, a unified empire for victorious Basilius. A glorious day for Romans everywhere. Let's have a look at the de jure borders. That looks very nice. We've integrated all of the eastern part and Ravenna also by the legend before. That's an amazing empire. And this is the man who has achieved that, Augustus Basilius Johannes III, also known as the Great. But he is not done. We have to take revenge on the Caliph Sadaka, who has murdered our father. We can use the CB Eradicate House Abbasid. As we can see, we would gain all the titles he personally holds with that CB. He will be killed by us. And all house members and spouses that are at his court will be killed by us. It is time for revenge. They split their troops. That's the end for them. Gonna try to chase them. Alright, taking their capital should be enough. Yes, it is. Let's have a look at the Abbasid house before we make peace. There are 680 living members, 703 in the dynasty overall. We'll keep that number in mind. Enforce demands. Eradicate the Abbasid. Their heads will play herald to their eradication. With that peace deal, the hegemony of Dar al-Islam has been destroyed. We can see we have an independent Persian Empire, Arabian Empire, all the Indian territories are gone. And we have also got some lands over there, which we will probably just grant independence to, but keep Baghdad. But the great Abbasid realm is destroyed. I did just notice, as they are all independent now, and they are all Abbasids, and we are still feuding with the Abbasids, we can eradicate the house of the Abbasids via CB against all of these independent realms now. I think we are gonna do that first before we do anything else. The Dar al-Islam, by the way, has been reformed by the Hashemites. Turns out it is now the Head of Faith title, so whenever they create a new Head of Faith title or proclaim a new Head of Faith, that hegemony title is restored. But we just ignore them. They are of no interest to us. We have achieved great things in the past years. First of all, as you can see, the Persian Empire has completely scattered. We only have Abbasids ruling in Khorasan here. Every other realm is not ruled by the Abbasids, besides Mesopotamia. We still have the Arabian Empire down here, but they are suffering multiple wars and the chances are good that they lose. And we have also waged war against Tahert and Maghreb, killing some of their family members. Looking at the Abbasid house, there are only 573 living members left. And looking at our kills, we can see we have personally ordered the death of 147 characters of the Abbasid dynasty or of their close relatives. Having dealt with the Abbasids for now, it is time to conquer the Kingdom of Italy from the HRE. They want to put up a fight, but realistically they simply can't really hurt us. And with this last siege done, the war is over already. Lombardia reconquered. One of its main centers, Mediolanum, was the capital of the Western Roman Empire once, and is now back firmly in imperial hands. I have conquered Venice real quick and given that to our son and co-emperor. I think that will be the title bestowed to our crown prince in every generation, kinda like Dragonstone in Game of Thrones. I think that's a cool title for that. It is his own little kingdom title. Could have been Ravenna or Mediolanum as well, but I think it fits. As you are still here watching the video, why don't you conquer the subscribe button so you won't miss out on any of the next videos. It really means a lot to me. Venice was actually the last bit we needed to restore the Roman Empire. If Rome and other key territories of the old empire could be reclaimed, the Byzantine Empire would win recognition in the eyes of the West as the true and rightful continuation of the Roman state. The Roman Empire will be restored and acquire the de jure of all currently held empires. We will gain a new legend seat, the title of course. Our empires, the Byzantine Empire and the Empire of Italia, will be destroyed. I will restore the empire. Justinian's dream realized. It is an auspicious day, for today the Empire of Romans realizes its ancient potential. From every corner of the empire can shouts of jubilation and pride be heard. Ecce Romani, hail Caesar! But I must now steer the sails of this vast enterprise. What will we make of this Rome? Among my many predecessors and the myriad incarnations of Roman power, the choice narrows. Shall we continue on, true to our recent culture, or shall we fully embrace the traditions of our ancestors? We do now have the option to become Hellenistic and get an extra challenge, much more defensive wars, and a way harder game overall. We would also be known as Imperator Caesar Augustus, and we of course also have the middle option, which gives everything like the first option, but not the extra challenge, so we would still become Hellenistic. I think that would really break RP for this game. We have mended the Christian schism and are absolutely Christian rulers who have never thought about Hellenism before. So the third option is our way to go. Imperial recognition, truly. The Roman Empire is reborn. We are now known as Augustus Joannes III of the Komnenos dynasty. Something weird is going on with the split up of the Byzantine Empire. As you can see, our kingdoms down here like Syria have become part of the Arabian Empire once again, and Egypt is part of Anatolia instead of that. I will have a look on that, save scum a bit and fix that. Okay, that took me a while, but I think I have done it. I have joined Jerusalem and Syria to the Anatolian Empire and added Egypt to the Macedonian Empire. I think it would make more sense if we would have another empire for the Orientis kingdoms down here, for Syria to Egypt, but I think that's a good solution. I've also edited our coat of arms. I have added the Byzantine flag I used before to our Roman Empire, just changing the background to red instead of purple. And I've also edited our house coat of arms. The House of Komnenos now bears a purple sigil in its mid, representing our imperial ascendancy. Now the time has come for expansion. We want to reclaim the province of Gaul, which is France now, and we have a special CB we can use with our first ruler only, which is the Roman Invasion of Empire CB. As you can see, we will gain most of the lands directly, but we will also gain vassals who are of our faith. Turenne reconquered, and with that you may have thought it, we have won the war against France. Again, like in the Holy War, we have gained rulers who are of our faith as vassals, which feels right after mending the schism. And with the conquest of Tangier, we have united the Maghreb. We will now form a new hybrid culture with the Italian culture. That's a thing I wanted to do for a long time. And that culture shall be known as the Romae culture. A truly a neo-Roman culture. We will keep the bureaucratic ethos, switch to Latin heritage and keep the Greek language. Tradition-wise, we will choose agrarian religious patronage, seafarers by the sword, imperial tagmata, palace politics, Roman ceremonies and cultivated sophistication. In the aesthetics, we will go straight with the Byzantine East European aesthetics. 77 out of 77 vessels will convert. Let's go for it. The Romae hybridization. We will not focus anymore on spreading the culture in our realm, not really at least. This is only an RP thing. Our son and co-emperor is asking us for the privilege to launch an imperial expedition. That's a very cool mechanic I haven't seen around. Oh, and by the way, we really need an option to transfer more than 50 gold to the treasury. I am clicking like 2 to 3 minutes straight to transfer enough gold over to feed our army. I worked hard the past few years to unite Hispania under our banner, and now it is time to crush the German pretenders. No longer shall they claim the mantle of Rome. Yes, we are pledged to a great holy war, it doesn't matter, we will go in. We have located their troops and they have much more troops than us, but our army is simply the best on earth. We imprisoned the false emperor in the siege of Aachen, so the war is won. Let's enforce our demands and destroy the German pretenders. And there goes Trier. The HRE is dismantled and the Roman Empire has finally beaten the barbarians of Germania. And there are quite some titles to give away. Because we control now truly all of Italy, we can start the dissolution of the papacy. There are only two things left I want to achieve in this run. That is conquer all of Arabia and reconquer England. It is done. England is retaken and Rome reigns supreme in southern Britannia once again. We have finished our conquest in Arabia. We have established surprisingly clean borders with the Mongol Empire. We have claimed Mesopotamia for us, while the Mongols have claimed Central Persia. The Roman Empire, for all intents and purposes, has truly been restored under the Komnenos dynasty. Looking at our dynasty, we are at 44 living members again. Dynasty legacy wise, we have maxed out the bureaucracy tree and have 2 perks in the blood track and also 2 perks in the legitimacy track. We are close to pick a third one. Currently ruling at 69 years of age is Augustus Johannes the Great, and the succession is safe with our son and our many grandsons. Our lineage is full of epic characters, maybe not our first ruler Eulalia, but we then played as Helias the Corrupted, who claimed emperorship for the house Komnenos. We then had Nikephoros IV, who has mended the schism, and we then of course have Johannes the Great, who have reformed the Roman Empire. In contrast to that, our former rivals, the Abbasids, are not looking too strong. They have 2 kingdoms left in Africa, in Mali and Ghana, but we've reduced their size to 480 living members. Johannes the Great is the single greatest Abbasid killer in this world. The Mongol Empire rules the east, but they will soon scatter within the next generations, and even if not, we don't have to fear them anymore. That is where we are gonna leave it. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please consider commenting, liking and subscribing. It helps immensely. Post your suggestions in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next one.